My name is Cynthia Lamb Fitzgerald, and I'm the owner and director of Cindy Cinderella's Talent Academy. Cindy Cinderella's is an organization mainly for girls, and we teach dance, cheerleading, baton twirling, pageantry, and tumbling. Well, I got fired twice, and my mom said, you know, apparently you don't work well with the public, so we're going to make you the boss and let you work with children. So we started Cindy Cinderella's, and we only taught baton back then, and I think I had about 25 kids, but it was better than working at Dairy Queen. It was $3.50 a class, and I could make, with 25 kids, I could make almost what it cost my friends to make in a week. So 2 hours versus a week, I'm in for 2 hours. When I think I was probably 20, and we had about 30 some odd towns that we had our program in, and we were fortunate enough to have teams that were excellent teams, and we put those together, and they performed and competed in state, national, regionals, and when we went to nationals, those teams, they placed each time. We have less teams now than we had in the past, but teams take a lot of time. They take up a lot of time. And right now we have 3 teams, a small junior and a juvenile. We had about 6 teams. Yeah. You don't want to cut yourself short, because then you start losing your creativity, and you just don't have a lot to go around for 6 teams like you do for 3. I think the thing that I want my students to leave with and to take with them for their grown-up life is that you can't just wish for things, you have to work for things. And so we're constantly saying, don't wish for it, work for it. And then the other thing is, if you might see us fail. I mean, you might see us fail, you might see us fall down, you might see a lot of things, but you never see us quit. We're not quitters, we'll never be quitters. The first teams that I had 3 teams, and they came from all over Middle Tennessee, and every weekend they came to stay with me on Friday nights, and they stayed until Sunday afternoons, and we practiced 24/7. They worked hard, not like kids today. Kids today don't want to work hard. Where kids today, you might get 30 minutes out of them, these girls worked from sunup to sundown, and they worked in gymnasiums that did not have air conditioning units and didn't care. They were excellent students, and I think that's what made them good people and good citizens. And I've got RNs, special ed teachers, I have lots of lawyers, and I have a, district attorney. A lot of these students, they don't mind hard work, so that's why they ended up being what they are today. Out of 40 plus years, I've never, smacked a kid or beat a kid, but we were coming home from nationals, and we were exhausted, and one of my students that was young, she climbed up on the back of the bus seat, and she had her baton, and she just poked it right in my goozle, and it was a reaction, and I just smacked her off the seat. But her mom was sitting there, and she goes, she deserved that. And then we stopped to get gas, and she came back in, and she had a little ceramic puppy, and she gave it to me. She was sorry. And I still have that dog today. It's in my bedroom. And so, yeah, that was something that, because I felt really bad because I smacked that child, but still, you know, she understood that she did something wrong. Now, had that been today, I'd probably be in jail.
For sure, you would be.
Performance day, a lot of coaches will have their teams come in and start to practice. I do not. If you're not ready by the time it's performance day, there's no sense in practicing. You're not ready. And I just have always done that. I think it's the best thing to do, because if you start practicing and something starts going wrong, then everybody starts freaking out. So no practice day on performance day, and sometimes no practice day on the day before. But we have had some performances, like for instance, 4 years ago we were asked to perform at Bridgestone Arena for the halftime show for the Harlem Globetrotters. And we've been asked for the last 4 years to come back and make that same performance. Those kids are recreational children. They're not necessarily a team competition child, and so they do require a little bit more practice and reassurance. It's kind of like when you put them out on the floor at Bridgestone, it's like herding cats, or they're everywhere. So we do practice a little bit for the little ones on there. Hopefully we'll be asked back. That was our 4th year, and this will be our 5th year. So hopefully we'll get a phone call soon and we'll be performing again. We have a pageant that we put on once a year, and we do that because years and years ago they would have a pageant, and it wasn't just a beauty pageant. You had to perform, you had to have an interview, and all those things are very important to kids. They need to be in front of people, they need to feel comfortable, they need to know how to talk and how to act properly and be respectful. And so, I mean, it's not a Honey Boo Boo thing or a JonBenet Ramsey thing. It's a Cindy Cinderella thing. And if you act bad, you will be asked to leave. I mean, it's for the kids. They're supposed to enjoy themselves. And I don't allow parents backstage. I don't allow parents in the gym when we're practicing or in the auditorium. I try to isolate the parents as much as I can. Oh, the most rewarding part about my job is all of the former students out of 40-something years that I will see out, or they'll find me on Facebook, or they'll send me a little letter. I may not remember them, I may, but it's really nice that they remember me and they come to me and they tell me how much I meant to them when they were a child. And some of these children, you know, they're in foster care, they're in bad situations in their home life, and the really only positive thing they might have is a class like Cindy Cinderella's. So I'm really proud that I have had an opportunity to help many children and leave a legacy of some sort to those kids for the rest of their life. Cindy Cinderella's is a